Next up is A&R's own Gianna Palmer. She sat down to talk talent with students Dylan Marron and Joe Firestone. This is Gianna Palmer with Argus News Radio. I'm here with Dylan Marron and Joe Firestone, class of 2010 and 2009, respectively, the creators and performers of Ridgefield Middle School Talent Night. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thank you
for having us.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much for having us.
So I thought I'd start by asking you if you could just kind of, for those who may not know, talk a little bit about the play that you guys have written and are currently performing, how it came about, what it's like.
Joe and I were in Lunchbox together.
Okay.
Are in Lunchbox, Wesleyan sketch comedy group. And we also did a play together in the fall of fall of 07, and it was Oh Dad, Poor Dad. And we knew we really wanted to work together more and do stuff like that. And so, no, you want to take it from there?
What was the question?
And then Joe had the idea that we should maybe write a play together. And
so we applied through Second Stage, which is the student theater group here, where they give you money and space and supportive emotional guidance.
And at that point, did you know what sort of play you wanted to do?
Well, no. Dylan had an idea for a title. What was your title, Dylan?
I think the first working title was Tina Turner and the Featherettes.
But
and I wanted it to be biographical, and I would play Tina.
And the Featherettes.
And Joe would maybe be featured in the chorus.
Okay.
Or the tech booth.
So when I saw Ridgefield Middle School Talent Night, it seemed to be a spoof of a middle school talent show. So how did you go from Tina Turner to middle school?
Well, I think we were looking for an idea that would work, because we just wanted to work, the two of us. We wanted to find a good setting for two actors and multiple character, and we figured middle school is something we know a lot about, and we decided that I think a middle school talent show would be like a really good way to have people coming in and out and having different characters, and so that's where it sort of started. And that, I guess we had that idea sort of in January of 2009, and then we started writing through February and then March, and did it in April.
Okay.
Yeah, and I guess we chose middle school as opposed to like high school or elementary school or, the Wesleyan University Talent Night, because middle school, I think we've kind of come to the conclusion that everyone's a freak in middle school, and I think it provides for some good source for some strong characters.
Right. Can you talk a little bit maybe about the characters or about everyone being a freak? What kind of freaks you have featured in
Well, we
in
have
your
lots
play?
of freaks featured. We have, who do we have? We have,
Well, we open the show, aside from the adult characters in the show opens with a goth
right.
young woman.
Some Evanescence plays.
Some
in the
Evanescence plays. And it's funny because, even though these characters are maybe very far away from who we are now, there's a lot of us that resonate. There's a lot of the characters that resonate with us. And
I found a cape in Dylan's closet.
The cape we used for Lynette was maybe from my phase when I wanted to be a witch but was too scared to be called a witch, so I made people call me a warlock. So
About Ridgefield Middle School Talent Night. Back to
Ridgefield.
So just interject a little bit. Do you know how many characters? It's just the two of you performing it, but how many characters do you have featured in the play?
23, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And so it's getting back to, so you have, it opens with Evanescence.
It
goth.
opens with Lynette, the goth,
A.K.A. Madam Shadow.
a.k.a. who would like to be called Madam Shadow. And then we have
a student council president who is a big fan of musical theater and the world that it promises. And then we have, Jeff Bridges, not to be mistaken with Jeff Bridges, and
the actor.
The actor. And he issues a statement of apology for videotaping some what could be pornography footage.
Yeah, and then, I mean, we have a bunch of other characters. There's the daughter of the celebrity judge.
There's a celebrity judge.
There's a celebrity judge who, right, we should have said that exists. And I don't know, it's really fun. It's like really fun to play all these different characters. And what's also really cool is that, you know, the audience changes from night to night because we don't have this steady place where we're doing it.
Right.
And so it's so nice that, like, if one character doesn't so much work with this audience, that they might like a different character who never has really worked before.
Right. And so you were saying you have a different audience every night. So to explain a little bit, this semester, both of you are touring this play around the U.S. or around the New England area,
a little bit in the Midwest.
Midwest, okay. So maybe you could talk a little bit about, you know, some of the places you've performed and kind of also speak a little bit about the Financial Plaid project.
So basically, we're doing this show at different college campuses and a few places in New York too. And at the college campuses, what we're doing is we're like covering travel expenses, but then all the profit we make from these performances, we're donating towards to financial aid at that school, the hosting school, and so. Or either we're donating it towards financial aid, or we're donating it to a student arts fund. And like this, the aim of the Financial Plaid project is to kind of promote other student creative work, and also support student arts funds and or financial aid in a time when a lot of that kind of funding is being cut by the recession. And so we were trying to find a way to do theater and do this theater that we made as students in a very, like, kind of trying to be more fiscally conscious, I guess.
Exactly, because I think, like, you know, just like really simply, we went into this wanting to keep doing the play.
Right.
But we understand that the city shows happen, you know, only so often, and it's really, we're thrilled that we're getting them. But
city shows meaning shows in theaters in New York.
Theaters in New York, like the Magnet Theater and the Pit, the People's Improv Theater, which have been really good to us. But, you know, there are lots of plays going on, lots of shows going on, and when they have slots, they give it to us, and that's great. But we wanted to do this for college campuses, and it was, you know, you can't just bring a play that nobody knows about to a college campus and expect people to go.
Right.
But I think there's this, like, growing trend to, like, bring art to places, but, like, socially conscious art and, like, ethical art, you know, where, like, we're not looking to make a fortune off of this. We're looking to do it. We're looking to do it for people and meet people through it, you know, and I mean, so far, it's been so fun and really nice to do.
That's great. And so the Financial Plaid project, that's a term you came up with. When I went to the website, I thought maybe it was a pre-existing organization that you were going through. So, okay, there you have it.
Yeah, it's
started by Dylan and Joe.
It's a pun.
Joe is a fan of puns.
She's funny.
And I oblige.
I guess lastly, if you could speak a little bit about where you know, after this semester wraps up. I know, Dylan, you're taking a semester off right now, and we miss you dearly here at Wesleyan. You know, if you see this continuing in the future, where do you go from here, I suppose?
I think, we totally see it happening in the future, and the plan now is to come back for me to come back next semester. But I would love to maybe do it once or twice still next semester, so it's not this huge gap of time that we're not doing it in.
On Wesleyan's campus, or?
We plan to do a show on Wesleyan's campus at the beginning of next semester, and unlike the other schools that we're doing on the Financial Plaid project, when it's only the profits and not all of the proceeds that we donate to financial aid, I think at Wesleyan, because I will have access to food and a bed, we will donate all of the proceeds, 100% of the box office. So that should be really fun and exciting. Great. And beyond that, I think we're just going to keep working on it, and I think we'd really like to write more together.
Wow. Thank you so much for coming in. It was great speaking to both of you.
Great speaking to you, too.
Thank you so much.
And that's a wrap for the November 3rd episode of Argus News Radio. Our fine staff are producers Sam Bernhardt and Mary Longley, contributor Abaya Steinmetz-Silver, and contributor Gianna Palmer. You can catch us next week, same Argus time and same Argus place, here on WESU at 2:45 p.m. on Tuesdays. Or catch us online anytime on the Argus's website, www.wesleyanargus.com. As always, I'm your host, Andrea Dominic. You stay classy, Middletown.